Well, occupying the center stage this week in our Advanced Auto Parts Victory Lap is the Alaska Division I Advanced Auto Parts Weekly Series state champion, who, by the way, captured the title in only his third year of pavement racing. We're talking about Stu Laidlaw. Hey, Stu, thanks so much for joining us, but I got a bone to pick with you right off the top of the show. All right.
Okay.
When you came on board, you said, well, I grew up watching you on TV. You know, I'm not that old.
Well, you did the Iditarod up here.
Yeah, and you know they call that the last great race, but yet 10 times a year at Alaska Raceway Park, you take that late model and you turn left on that 3rd mile oval, and in only your 3rd year of pavement racing, you go out and you win the state championship. How in the heck did you do that?
Well, I'll tell you, it's really a Cinderella story. We've only been on the paved surface for 3 years, as you mentioned, Jack, and we came from dirt. We driving dirt stock cars, and a friend of ours said, "Hey, I can't drive dirt anymore." He's a little older guy, and his doctor said, "Hey, you can't breathe the dirt anymore. So I'm going to drive on the paved surface." We said, "Hey, all right, we'll support you," and so we did it. I jumped into late model. The first year, we didn't know anything. I mean, we would get in a 60-lap feature. We would get lapped 3 times, maybe more. And so that's where we started. But we worked with a guy out of Northern California in Roseville, and Nate Clowder Motorsports.
Okay.
And he's helped us systematically get proficiently more speed out of the car, driver, and our team. And so our second year, all we wanted to do was stay on the lead lap. Well, my crew chief think we could just go out and win races, which, you know, we were going for.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. You're blaming your crew chief. Any guy that drives a race car that's worth his salt gets in the car and thinks he can win as well. Don't BS a BSer.
Oh boy. And we did that. Our second year.
Seriously, you just wanted to finish on the lead lap. It was your crew chief that thought you could go out and win.
Well, he's confident in what we're doing. We've assembled a great team. We've had a lot of help doing it. Our third year, we wanted to get up there and compete with them. And although we weren't the fastest car through the season, although we had some days where we were really fast, we were the most consistent. And what we learned from this season, really, Jack, is just being consistent, finishing races on the podium. And that's really, at the end of the day, or at the end of the season, that's really what put us in a position to capture the title.
And when they made the announcement and they hand out all the trophies and the hardware, how did Stu Laidlaw and his entire crew feel that, you know, you'd climb that mountain in just 3 short years?
It truly is. It's a Cinderella story. I mean, to answer your question is my team believed in myself, what we're doing more than I did. I had actually lower expectations, you know, being more of a realist, but we had a lot of people that put a lot of time into this program, and we've had a lot of help, and I have the best team out at the track, bar none. From Dave White, my crew chief, to Ali, his assistant, to our social media people, and folks working with our sponsors, and just putting the whole package together has really invited more sponsorship, and you need money, to race at this level.
There's no question about that. And they, the late Banjo Matthews once said, "Money buys speed." So just how fast do you want to go? When I went to your website, I was very impressed as you detailed. Well, I've got the social media, I've got all of these handlers. As I said to you, you've got people, which is, good for you. But the way you lay it out, I mean, it's out there what a sponsor will get, what you will deliver to them. It's good looking hardware that you turn around the racetrack there. It's just hard to believe that it's all taking place as far north as Alaska. You just don't think about it, especially when you consider the fact, as you know, there's 2 seasons up there, winter and the 4th of July.
That's right. That's right. And winter's longer, trust me.
Indeed. That leads me to a question. When you do have a long winter, there's not a lot to do. Get the car ready to go. Raceway Park doesn't open, I believe, until the first week in May, your first shakedown. So that's a lot of time to twist and turn and tinker and maybe overthink what you need to do to get ready for 2021.
Right. Yeah, there's a big break, but we're still working on our stuff all winter. And then as far as me getting seat time, I do a lot of iRacing.
Really?
And that helps me keep in the seat and race other guys on the track, and it's a lot of fun.
We're talking about iRacing, and I just kind of wonder, because during COVID-19, we saw a lot of iRacing at the IndyCar level, and we saw it, of course, on the Cup level as well, drivers just trying to hone their skills. Have you ever locked horns with any of them on an unexpected afternoon or evening when you've sat behind your simulator?
I haven't. No, a lot of those races you have to be invited. And I haven't got that invitation yet, but maybe you can put a good word in for me, Jack. But I have raced guys from all over North America, Europe, on several of these races, and guys that do drive professionally. So the competition's good. It is a way for us to stay active in the racing community and get seat time.
You talk about Alaska Raceway Park. Tell me a little bit about what makes it special.
I think what makes it special is that we have top level racing right here in Alaska. It's a real treat because we're so distant and we're really disconnected from the lower 48 in a lot of ways. And the connection that we have with NASCAR has really made a difference for us. They've been really good to us, winning the championship. But Alaska's a special place. Jordan Anderson's been up here, drives trucks and has his truck team. And he came up here and he saw the scenery and just the track. It's a class A facility, world class. And he was blown away by the quality and the caliber of the ownership, to the competition, the racing in general. Of course, our track's fairly flat and he's not used to that. But once he got the track down, well, I'll just say that he spanked us that day. He did, but it was fun running with him. We got to run with him, and he was a great guy. But the pros that come up and top level motorsport drivers that come up here are just blown away by the quality that we have, and we're really spoiled. And we live in the most beautiful place on earth. That doesn't help. That doesn't hurt either.
All right, so I want to know, now that you've won the Advanced Auto Parts Weekly Series Division I State Championship, now that you've got it down to the science of pavement racing, you got it all figured out. You've got people, you've got a crew. When is Stu Laidlaw going to compete in the Iditarod?
When you come up, Jack.
Well, that's a deal. I'll be
jump
up
on
there.
A sled together.
You listen. Back in the day, as they say, okay, when Rick Swenson won, I would not stay in Anchorage or go to Nome. I went out there in the wild on snow machines and in small aircraft, and went the entire 1,000-mile distance. And I will tell you one thing: cold is when you have every conceivable piece of warm weather clothing on, and you have to go to the bathroom. And you say, nah, I don't think so. I don't think so. Do you ever come in contact with any of those mushers and some of those people? Because, boy, that's the same passion that you see in auto racing.
Yeah, we do have interaction. With a matter of fact, Lance Mackey is multiple time champion. Has he does race out at Alaska Raceway Park.
And you spank him, of course.
So we do have interaction with him.
Yeah, and you spank him each and every week, right?
Well, actually, he's in a different car class. So
okay.
I've never got to actually race against him because he's driving Legends. But it would be fun to run with him. I heard at one point he was going to get into a late model, but I have yet to see that.
Well, I saw on your website that you've decided to expand your racing program. You're going to field a Thunder car at Raceway Park for another driver. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so the guy I mentioned earlier that went from the dirt track circuit to paved racing. Well, a friend of his, Greg Peters, it's kind of an interesting story because the Thunderstock car was my dirt stock car that I drove. And Greg Peters, the one that drives the car now, had the car, 20 plus years ago and won multiple championships in this car. And so we all came together as a team to the paved track, and we turned that dirt car into a paved car, and it's fast too. And we're also adding to our team is my 9-year-old son is going to drive a Bandolero.
Okay.
And so we're adding a third car to our team and getting my son involved. And his name's Liam Laidlaw, and Liam's going to also be driving this year.
Listen, you might want to tell or treat Liam the same way that Tim Cindric did his son Austin when he decided to, at just about Liam's age, to go out Bandolero racing. In the beginning, Tim said, no need for decals. We'll just use shoe polish for the numbers. Once you win a couple of races, then we'll spring for the decals.
There you go.
Hey, it's always a pleasure. I do miss Alaska. It was always a wonderful trip for me, despite the cold weather, and wish you nothing but the very best come 2021. Social distancing in Alaska is pretty damn easy, isn't it?
Yeah, we got a little elbow room up here,
You think? Listen, I appreciate.
We've done pretty good with that.
I appreciate.
It's really.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it's really phenomenal. I wanted to mention that we had a racing season. I'm thankful to the track and the owners really pushing it through to allow us guys and gals to race. And it's truly it's unique, and I can't say everywhere else in the U.S. or anywhere else in the world that had the opportunities and the privileges that we had in 2020. So to win the championship in a year of that we all lived through is truly remarkable.
It's a good thing that you've made this a family affair, by the way, because I would have to think working in the shop all the time, then going racing all the time. Mama's got to every once in a while have a honey-do list for you, doesn't she?
Well, fortunately, my wife supports it. And, the track has a beautiful facility for camping. So we roll the motorhome out and we make, a weekend out of it. And it's a real family event, not just for my team, but my family, my wife and my kids. As a matter of fact, my 17-year-old works on the pit crew. And so we do it together as a family, and it's a lot of fun.
Well, it's also pretty smart on your part. You can avoid some of those projects that she might want you to do at home. Sorry, honey.
I still get them done though, Jack.
You do.
I do those too.
Of
course.
You're a jack of
Just
all
don't
trades.
sleep much. Hey, no pun intended.
Hey, Stu, take care and go get them.
Thank you for the time.
Hey, no, thank you. And good luck to Liam. Good luck to Liam and good luck to you. I think wins are in the very near future for both of you. Take care.
Thank you, Jack. Enjoyed it.